The O. Henry Playhouse presents The Atavism of John Tom Little Bear. The effectiveness with which O. Henry's pen drew the sensitive lines that spelled out emotional conflict has never been more ably demonstrated than in this story which he called The Atavism of John Tom Little Bear.
Well, son, have you satisfied your curiosities?
Yes, Otis, I have. I don't know what I expected to find. Old place hasn't changed since I left it 20 years ago.
Yeah. Lots of people come back and figuring to find changes. But most of the changes is in the folks that got away.
Well, at least I got it out of my system. Took a look at the old house, saw a few old friends. Now I'm about ready to leave.
Well, you looked at some besides old friends, too, didn't you?
Like what, Otis?
Now, you ain't aiming to get cagey with an old heartbreaker like Otis Crutchet, are you? I seen you making time with that Colliger's woman.
Ha! I never met Mrs. Conyers until tonight. A designing old devil named Otis Crutchet. Oh. Yes. He threw us together at dinner.
I seen an awful lot of talk passing between you.
She had quite a story to tell.
You know, the town's a-buzzing about her and that Injun feller.
Where's the proprietor?
Sitting right on this porch, talking to you, stranger.
Where do I find Mrs. Conyers? I'm her husband.
The head of the stairs, number 4. Well, now that makes sense. She turned to that Injun after being hitched to him. Did you see them eyes?
They weren't exactly glowing with adoration, were they?
Looked to me like they's glowing with trouble.
She told me about him, too. I don't envy her at this moment.
What's the trouble?
Ain't no trouble, Sam. What give you that ID?
Now, look here, Otis. It's my job to report the news. You have no right to interfere with that.
Well, I don't aim to interfere with you, Sam, but I couldn't figure any news value in woman suffrage.
The word isn't suffrage, it's suffering. And you'd be surprised how many newspapers it sells.
Yeah, I expect so. But it would seem to me, son, with all this going on in the world, that you could fill your papers with something without picking on this poor woman.
This poor woman has scandalized the whole town. Now, I'm going to print this story with or without your help, Otis. Which way will it be?
Perhaps I can help you.
How is she?
Pretty hysterical. The doctor's with her now.
Want you to meet Sam Fuller, our local Paul Revere.
Say, you're Mr. O. Henry, aren't you? You knew my dad, Jake Fuller.
I certainly did. So you're Jake's boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, Sam, you're entitled to any help I can give you. Let's sit down.
Thank you.
I gather you're a newspaper man.
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, that's a wonderful profession.
Yes, it is.
You know, Sam, in newspaper writing, there are two things.
Thank
And
you.
the difference hasn't anything to do with a typewriter. It has to do with something called integrity. Integrity means to write the truth, then trust to the effects. Lack of integrity means write the effects and trust to the truth. Simple as that. Follow me?
Mm-hmm. Think so?
Well, I'll give you an example. Woman's infidelity incites mate to kidnapping. Exciting headline, isn't it?
It certainly is.
All right, here's another one. Woman struggles to retain child. Not so exciting, is it?
No, sir, not at all.
But, Sam, in this case, it's the truth. And like all honest writing, it has integrity, and that's the kind of a writer you want to be, isn't it? All right. Now I'll tell you a story, and this is the truth. Right up to what happened tonight. You write it if you want to. But remember, write every word of it, because half-truths are worse than lies.
I understand, sir.
Now, this began back before Mrs. Conyers got into the picture. But like everything else, if you know the cause, it isn't too hard to understand the effect. Well, I suppose it really began on graduation day back in Rutledge University. A young Cherokee Indian named John Tom Little Bear. He broke a century of tradition by sharing the platform with the commencement speaker. It was an honor well deserved. For not only did John Tom graduate summa cum laude, but every other honor the university had to give was bestowed upon him. But once outside the friendly halls of learning, the picture changed. Though John Tom had seemingly made his place in the sun, he soon found that there were places where the sun no longer shone for him. Places where history and the memory of man had built an insurmountable wall, separating red from white.
Now, who will be first, ladies and gentlemen, to step up and partake in this magic potion? 25 cents, the fourth part of $1, for this precious vintage prepared by none other than cheap wish-heat dough from a secret formula ancient as times of the Cherokees. The secret way, ladies and gentlemen, of life, the cure of all ills that was kept from civilization, that is now available to you just for the mere asking. Think of it in each and every bottle, ladies and gentlemen, the fountain of youth. And it's all yours for a paltry 25 cents. Now, who will be first? Here you are, Chief. Pass it out, thank you, sir. And look, mister, you will remember this day. For 100 years from now, you will be alive to remember it and revere the name of J. Cunningham Binkley. What about you, madam? Now, won't you take one of these?
What's keeping John Tom?
He ran out of the magic potion. He's down at the river refilling the bottles.
I think it was a mistake to hire him. Poor fellow seems so unhappy.
Oh, it's the price of an education. Too much emphasis on the golden rule and not enough respect for the shady dollar, huh?
Goes deeper than that, Binkley. Here's a man who's sopped up all the knowledge a white man has to offer. Where does he go with all his learning? Back to an Indian reservation? Never. The greatest human frustration there is. He's got it in a malignant stager.
Here he comes. Well, we did pretty good today. You're a born salesman, John Tom.
Well, got to count the receipts. Curse of being a business manager.
I'll help you. Get yourself some food. Who seek to conquer the jungle at night must not submit to tears. It is a sign of weakness.
Are you a real Indian?
Yes, I'm Cherokee.
Honest Indian?
Honest Indian.
Guess you can see I'm armed, Cherokee.
Yes, I can see.
Then you know what'll happen if you try to scalp me.
A wise warrior never rushes into the jaws of death.
Just remember that, Cherokee. I have no mercy for the red man.
Well, I'm prepared to smoke the peace pipe, if you are.
I don't know. It might make me sick.
There's a very special brand for young white men. Very mild. The Cherokee is the only tribe that has it. Smoke. Treaty is complete. All is well between red man and white man. Sit. My name is John Tom. What is white man's name?
Roy.
All white men have two names.
Roy the Indian killer.
Noble name. And what is young warrior doing in wild country at night?
Hunting.
Did white warrior catch anything?
Not yet, but I will.
Jungle is filled with danger at night. I think Indian killer should let red man take him home.
No, I won't go. I ran away from home to hunt big game, and that's what I'm going to do.
See.
A red man must remind his friend the code of the hunter is fair play. Running away from home is not fair play to mother and father.
I have no father. He beat Mommy and then ran away.
Then it is not right that you too should run away.
Oh, Mommy won't mind. She bought me the gun.
Where do you live, Roy the Indian killer?
Don't try to trick me, Cherokee. You want me to tell you so you can send me home. Well, I'm never going to tell. Not until I've cleared the jungle of red men and lived up to my name.
I see. Well, in the meantime, Indian killer, I think you ought to fill your white carcass with nourishment. Now, we'll talk some more when you've finished.
What on earth?
Sleep is a child's greatest treasure.
How's that, Redskin?
Very good, White Hunter. I give up. You've done well in 3 days, good friend.
Do you think someday I'll be able to take on a whole tribe single-handed?
Oh, I've no doubt about it.
And I'll make you chief and let you give all the orders. Would you like that, John Tom?
I'd like that very much. Roy, don't you think it'd make your mother very happy to know that you're going to be ruler of the whole jungle? Why don't we call and tell her?
No, she'd make me come home. Will you be my daddy someday, John Tom? Mommy would like you.
Enough talk. Time for your swimming lesson.
Race you to the river.
Still no clues. Nothing in the papers, no talk of a missing child, and no one in town who owns a kid named Roy.
Appears we have no alternative but to solicit the aid of the police, huh?
Wouldn't that be smart? Invite the police to investigate this nice, legitimate operation of ours. Probably the first raid in history on the Fountain of Youth.
At least to be less distasteful in being charged with kidnapping.
Nothing doing. Anyway, it's John Tom's idea. He found the kid.
Yeah, it's beginning to look like he intends to hold on to him, too.
Well, I've done everything I know. You can bet your last nickel we're not going to get the kid to talk. He's having the time of his life.
You know, the resourcefulness of J. Cunningham Binkley sometimes is appalling even to me. But I happen to be possessed by a fantastic, clever idea. First, I must discuss it with John Tom.
What kind of an idea?
Patience has its own reward, my dear Jefferson. Patience. What? All that and more, ladies and gentlemen, for the paltry sum of 25 cents. Now, ladies and gentlemen, gather around. I want to ask you a very personal question. Do you want to have to wait until you die before you can experience the glories of heaven above? Of course you don't. Enjoy it while you're alive. Enjoy it today, ladies and gentlemen. All for the ridiculous price of 25 cents. Now, looking in the audience, I see several ladies, and naturally you're concerned about your children's welfare and the great advantages of cheap Wish Heat Do's world-famous Fountain of Youth. For the past 14 years, ladies and gentlemen, this young man has been with us, and he has been privileged to partake of the magic fountain. How old are you now, my boy?
16.
16, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear what that young man said? 16? Why, he doesn't look over a day of age. And to further clarify it for you, ladies and gentlemen, this will show you the wonders that it will work for your child. We want you here to address this boy with all the inquiries that you have. Any questions you want, any of your letters or cards will be mailed to this young man, and he will answer them personally. Now, Roy, like a good boy, these ladies and gentlemen are going to write to you for advice. And naturally, you're going to have to answer them, so they have to know where to write to. So give them your name and address.
Roy Conyers, 312 Elm Street, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Roy Conyers, 312 Elm Street, Hutchinson, Kansas. Is that correct, son? It is. All right.
Certainly a clever way to find out where the boy was from.
Well, that evening, John Tom told Binkley to send Roy's mother a telegram. 2 days later, they received word that she was arriving on the afternoon train.
I'd like to meet your friends, Roy.
This is John Tom. He's my prisoner.
How can I ever thank you?
J. Cunningham Binkley at your service, ma'am. This is my associate, Jefferson Peters.
How do you do?
Mighty pleased to see you, ma'am.
You'll never know how grateful I am to all of you.
That boy of yours can be pretty obstinate. Took a lot of doing to locate you.
Well, we're never again going to hitchhike away from one another, are we, sweetheart?
Can Mommy join the show, Binkley? She can sell magic potions.
Magic potions?
Sure, Binkley sells the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, it's just the trademark for my product, ma'am.
I see.
Wait till you see the camp we got. Is it ever keen?
Oh, I'm sure it's very keen.
We eat around a campfire, live in a tent. You're going to have a lot of fun, Mom.
Well, Roy, I'm afraid we're not going to have time for that. We're going home in the morning.
I don't want to go home. I want to stay here with John Tom. I promised to make him ruler of the tribe.
Well, John Tom would be very pleased to release Little White Hunter from his promise.
No, I won't do it.
Perhaps you'll be good enough to have supper with us. We can discuss it then.
Splendid idea.
I don't think so, madam.
Prisoners aren't allowed to decide things. I order you to obey.
It appears you have no other choice. 7 o'clock? You've scarcely spoken to me all evening, John Tom. Have I offended you?
In what way?
Oh. First, I practically ordered you to have dinner with me. Then I asked you to take me for a ride.
I'm very pleased, Mrs. Conyers.
Roy has told me many nice things about you.
He's a fine boy.
But he's become quite attached to you. I think that's going to become somewhat of a problem.
I'll be glad to help in any way I can.
I was terribly worried when I found out he'd run away. Now I'm rather glad he did. I know that sounds rather strange, but you see, Roy never really had a father in the usual sense. My husband was always too busy for his son. I'm grateful for the days he had with you.
Well, perhaps now his father will realize that...
No, that's too late. My husband and I are divorced. Now his only interest in Roy is just to spite me.
I'm very sorry.
Where are we going?
The plateau is beautiful at night. I think you'll enjoy it.
If any of the three, John, Tom, Mrs. Conyers, or Otis, who rode in the carriage, could have foreseen the consequence of that ride to the plateau, all this trouble could have been avoided. Then, who could foresee the unforeseeable?
You mean it was her husband's resentment of the Indian that caused him to kidnap his own son?
I don't think it was resentment as much as spite. Probably he didn't even learn about John Tom till he got to town. Then he had just the excuse he needed.
I see. Please go on, Mr. O'Henry.
You know, that night, two lonely people thrown together in a world of beauty and moonlight found each other. The nights that followed were filled with a sort of magic contentment. They walked hours in the woods, drifted in a canoe, or watched the beauty of the valley from the plateau. Then one night, John Tom began to inventory the future.
Forget her. She's married.
She's no longer married.
Then go to her. Tell her how you feel. If she's in love with you, there's nothing in the way. What are you worried about? Phony medicine show? If a woman's in love with a man, she'll adjust to anything.
There are some things to which people can never adjust, regardless of what is in their hearts.
Like what, for instance?
Like a white woman giving herself in marriage to an Indian.
What's wrong with being an Indian?
Nothing wrong with being anything. It only becomes wrong when one tries to move from his own world into that of another.
If she's willing to take that chance, why shouldn't you let her?
Because one day her heart will no longer be filled with love. In its place will be regret and unhappiness. And that is the price for such a move. I know. I've paid it.
Just trying to be helpful. Oh, by the way, we're pulling out in a few days. Running dry of suckers.
Seems more beautiful each time we come here. I'm sure there's a very good reason. Oh, I'm going to miss this place, John Tom. I'm going to miss you.
I'll always remember you, Heather. You and Roy.
Roy's going to be very lonely without you. I don't know how you ever persuaded him to leave.
That's a red man's secret.
Is the red man that secretive about everything?
Almost everything.
I'm afraid I'm not that good with secrets. What's not on my tongue is written all over my face.
Maybe it's better that way.
You know my secret, don't you? You know I'm in love with you.
Yes, I know.
Take us with you, John Tom, please. Roy and I love you very much.
No, Heather. It's not possible.
Anything's possible if you love someone. Do you love me?
With all my heart.
Then why? Why?
Because I also love Roy. He's still a child. One day he'll learn, as I have, what it means to scale the wall that separates us. Once over that wall, you don't belong to either side.
But that's narrow and wrong. People who love each other belong together.
Have you noticed the people in the town watching us when we walk down the street together? The looks on their faces, heads turning, lips moving.
If I know it's right, and it is right, then I don't care what people say or think. It's my life.
That's exactly why I refuse to destroy it.
I think I'd better get back to the inn.
Something happened to John Tom after that. Apparently he didn't return to camp and he wasn't seen anywhere else. Little Roy refused to leave until the Indian had kept his promise to say goodbye. Now, they've been waiting all day today, but nothing has happened. The boy wouldn't even leave his room to join us for dinner.
But how did her husband know where to find them?
Well, I presume Mrs. Conyers told the local press and they printed the story.
And that brings us up to the present.
Right up to this very minute. Mrs. Conyers, you shouldn't be out here. The doctor wants you to rest.
Not until my son's returned to me.
The local police are doing everything they can. They'll find him.
The boy's unharmed.
Dad tried to kill him. Boy, was it ever neat the way John Tom rescued me.
You think white men make sacrifices to the women they love? Cast your eyes on a real sacrifice.
Will I grow up to be like John Tom someday, Mother?
I hope so, my son. With all my heart.
Well, goodbye, Otis. See you in 20 years.
Not sure I'll be here, son.
You'll be here. Nothing ever changes in this town. Mrs. Conner get off all right?
Yep. Got away early this morning.
Good morning, Mr. O'Henry. Otis?
Morning, Sam.
Just thought I'd drop over and say goodbye.
Well, that's very nice of you. Bye, Sam. Keep the presses rolling.
Yes, sir. How'd you mind like to see the morning paper?
Oh, thanks.
Bye, sir. Bye, Otis.
Bye. Woman struggles to retain child. He's a fine boy, that Sam Fuller. Make a fine newspaper man. Well, so long, Otis.